Unfortunately, that's had nowhere to close the distance. The smoke with the fog of war. Yeah, you're in nighttime, but Abed saw it coming with his own observer.
Yeah, the placement of the ward there helped him so much. Otherwise, might not have been able to see them in time. And Fnatic gonna go for their smoke of their own. They've got a DD on Abed. Want to try to create some space in this bottom lane. And if they can transition this into a push right after, that would be ideal for them.
They're leaving. Pain are just gone. They're going to try and force the top tier 2 tower. So tier 2 for tier 2 is what Pain Gaming would like. Thanks to the fact you have a Luna in your lineup, you will push hard and fast. Highlight just beating the drum, making
that
sure it
shakes
still
the
works.
arena.
We're feeling that back here. So it's taking a little bit longer for Fnatic to force down the lane. They're getting the mid tower anyway. So Universe will get the last punch onto that one. So the tier 2 tower, Dragonfall from Weehard committed. And Fnatic have a choice. Do they go back and try and defend after their failed smoke? Or are they just happy with the trade-off?
You have to be happy with the trade-off at this point. Tower's way too low. You would have to TP 5 heroes up there one at a time. Nobody's in position. It would take so long.
Oh, looks
Maybe
like
they don't even get the trade-off.
Yeah, the tier 2 tower's taking some decent damage on bottom, but the fortification slowed down the push by DJ.
Yeah. Envy right now is taking this ancient stack, deeming that necessary and worthy. Sometimes this is when Nahas criticizes Fnatic for going for the farm instead of just going for the easy objective.
But it seems to be better, right? Like, you don't want to give Pain Gaming the fight that they're looking for.
I don't think Pain would defend that either. It's a similar circumstance. If you're not set up for that fight at bottom, well, just don't go for it.
Pain will force the fight. So King RD's pushing back to mid lane, but the rest of Pain Gaming, they were on the northern side of the map. They attacked Roshan, and now they're thinking twice about it. They're actually pulling out of Roshan after beginning the fight.
And they're all scouted right now. Fnatic should use this time to just pressure bottom, take this tier 2 tower, finally get the trade.
Yeah. That's those Lycan wolves. Eternal Envy may have been farming in the jungle, but his wolves were scouting everything else.
He's trying to use them to get the last hit on the creeps too, but that is way too ambitious.
Also, tier 2 tower does fall. Fnatic claiming their third tower on the map. All towers are even, as the safe lanes have lost everything external. From the mid's lost the tier 1 tower. Still feels a little bit nice for Pain Gaming as far as connecting into Roshan. But the rest of the world just happy just to hold. How's Pango looking? He's going in for Blink Dagger as his item build. Earn for the Ancient Apparition. Always find that item fun to see an Ancient Apparition who wants to hold back a little bit further for his Ice Blast. And the BKB is the choice from Weehar. Finish the Shadow Blade, so he has his initiation item.
It's a good choice right now. There's a lot of magic damage on the side of Fnatic. Fnatic up 2k gold right now. And Weehar invised up with the Shadow Blade, trying to look for something.
Pain's gonna be really strong going into that fight when they're ready. Like, Luna's only a Mithril Hammer away from having her BKB. And if these ganks are successful from Weehar, he gets his own BKB. That's a lot for Fnatic to deal with, and none of their magical damage to connect.
Yeah, it's not easy for Abed to play without a BKB either. But Storm going for BKB right after the Kaya feels very unforgiving.
Yeah, he has the Orchid in the quick buy.
Yeah, you notice Universe, by the way, did go for that build. The Helmet Dom into the pipe, and right after into the Crimson Guard. Mech just feels like such a bad item nowadays.
Yeah, this is that warm-up moment. This one everyone can just have a drink of their beer or non-alcoholic beverage. And just prepare for the mid-game fight, because that's going to be amazing. That's going to have a lot of sustain inside of it.
Toby, they're drinking beer. Let's be real.
Yeah, we're real. It is on sale. All right, so got Blink Dagger. Yeah, Blink Dagger on the SK. So 2 initiating items from both sides. Yet both teams still seem to be very happy to keep the status quo. Is there even really a need to change it until you have these BKBs? And once you have it, where is the first target? Do you actually look for the fight, or do you look to push the lane, look to take an objective like Roshan? Like, how do you instigate a fight in your favor?
I'd imagine for Pain, it's just try to get all your lanes in good order, find somebody trying to counter push out the lane, transition into the high ground. You have a Luna and a Dragon Knight.
So gank into push for Pain Gaming.
More like pushing a gank. I don't know if it's super easy for them to go for the Roshan without almost entirely wiping Fnatic, just because they're almost always going to get spotted or scouted by wolves. Warlock is incredibly strong in the pit with Fatal Bonds. being able to proc in at Roshan as well. There's a lot of different ways for them to take that fight, so they have to be careful.
Everyone's pretty grouped up on that north side for Pain Gaming. They're waiting for the 18-minute rune, which will be an arcane for Abed.
You see what they did too? HFN, he was given the bottle so he could keep this DD for as long as possible, and that might prompt a Roshan. But that's still scary.
DD just popped. And that's Tavo's bottle that HFN's got. And Fnatic, keep your eye. That one little wolf, he's coming in around the side. And Sentry Wards are not down. Like, they're close, and they saw the wolf go in. So Weeha, as well as HFN, they know they're being watched. New sentries on all sides.
And this is what I'm talking about. It's such an awkward Roshan attempt with everyone from Fnatic alive. DJ pressuring this
actually
bottom
not
lane.
want to fight. Like, these Necro books are also going to time out pretty soon, so that Necro...
You don't want to give this up for free, though.
Yeah, well, Rock is going to drop. Roshan, he's still pretty low, down at 1,300. Universe is looking for that opening, but then the Rolling Thunder through. Tavo keeping the backline in play. And the Control Blast is huge. Envy will pop, but here comes DJ. Hit with the epicenter. Universe's walls in a perfect spot. But the Eclipse for HFN. Under the protection, the BKB's too good, but Abed, that stolen Aegis, he'll revive him, but only into instant death. Universe wants to kill him to the Duster, but he will not find it. A triple kill for the Luna. Tavo cleans up Pilot Eye in the back lines, and they want the last one. They want DJ able to blink away just in time before Tavo can connect. But they get the fight. They don't take the Aegis, but Pain Gaming will take mid.
That was such an awkward engagement for Fnatic. They waited for so long. DJ didn't move at all from that bottom lane. He came in over the top with the epicenter with a 10-second BKB used by the Luna, negates all of that. HFN holds strong. They have so much control. It's like what I talked about. They just don't have enough to deal.
Into Sandstorm, he took the initial stun, and he actually defends the tower with this.
Okay, he
calculated.
And despite all that, Roshan was taken by the Dire.
Yep.
So aside from the kills, Pain don't really pick up any further objectives, but they do win the fight. They get a ton of levels on this Luna. Weeha gets really close to his BKB. This is the issue with Storm right now, though. You have this build where you don't have a BKB, but without the Orchid, you don't quite deal damage. You see him queue it up already. Even with the Aegis, he goes down twice so easily.
Yep. So we had to have a quick little back look at this fight, and okay, maybe not. They're looking for aggressive wards now from Fnatic going into the Radiant jungle, preparing that pressure on bottom. They committed both Observer Sentry near the rune point. On the hill, just the obs. But it gives them information. You see Weeha fighting.
DJ, he's got the epicenter.
Yeah, DJ is ready for it, preps the epicenter, lets it go. Ancient Apparition is closer, however, and then the back into a double stun. This is what Universe and DJ wanted around Roshan. They'll have to settle for it a little bit later. Tavo, Rolling Thunders through, pick up and throw down with the Fade Bolt. They don't have a lot of damage, and he goes for another Rolling Thunder. Looking for the hit, has to jump away. Swashbuckle doesn't give the distance required, and Fnatic keep the chase going. Abed has a double kill, and they're going to go for more. They go for King RD. He's the one right underneath the tier 3 tower. They don't worry about diving under it. They're fine. And Envy is strong, but HFN still the one man to stay alive. Push. And are they really going to go in? Yep, they are. Pango can buy back. Ancient Apparition's back up. Prepare for that Ice Blast. Hit the bottom lane. He TP's a little bit further forward. Here comes the Ice Blast. Target to connect. No heroes hit by this. But they swashbuckle and clean up the lane, but the tier 3 tower is already lost. Fnatic at the dominated catapult, and they take the first tower and open up the shrines on the map.
What in the world did we just witness?
I am uncertain.
Fnatic, they get stomped in a fight. Find 2, find 3, then immediately just go for the bottom play. Tier 3 opened up by them. That is so dangerous now, playing against that Lycan, who has that freshly completed Book 3. Pain, all of a sudden in such a weird position, caught out farming.
This is when they were meant to be strong. This is when the BKB from the Luna was gonna, like, it worked as well around the Roshan pit, but because it was Fnatic, you had that weird engagement. But the BKBs are not both up yet. You're still short of it for the DK. He's got the Mithril Hammer, but it's back in the stash and still requires the recipe.
Yeah, this feels like a very reactionary play to what just happened. They're like, okay, we need to be in a 5-man position. They haven't waited for any of their items to complete. Like you said, Weeha, so close to that BKB, you'd like him to just wait for it and be a little bit more patient. Looking for this fight, Fnatic
but the Like and Wolves are moving out. They're looking for information, and this info is letting Fnatic know, just run back inside the base. So just push the tier 2 tower. Pain have to get something for this rotation. What they were denied by the SK before, but now it's Fnatic's turn. Smoke up, look for the fight. The Like and Wolves giving so much information for Fnatic once again. The Wolves time out, and Pain know they're being stalked. It's not stopping HFN from attacking up into the Ancients, and Fnatic, Sentry Ward defensively moving up the hill cautiously.
Oh, HFN, he might just get isolated here.
Oh, again, Duster. Why do I feel like he is just a distraction? Okay, HFN survives because Duster gets initiated on. And everyone's in retreat. Wolves still watching and following HFN. Envy wants this. Like, he's gone for Shapeshift. He's going to dive underneath the shrine. SK's on his way, but DK in the neighborhood. Here goes your Eclipse.
He's controlled.
Throw it, and the rock will drop, but the BKBs are protected. One more attack. Envy needs to die. HFN's attack does reach it. King RD was there for the control. It was the telekinesis that held him there. Tavo, he's rolling, bouldering through. He'll stun up too. The rest of Pain Gaming is taking a while before they can get to the front line, so Tavo, he's just too quick for the rest of his team to be there with him. But Lycan is down, Shapeshift is down, the blink is up for King RD, the jump up, Pilot Eye falls. 42-second window without the Warlock available, and they're coming for mid lane.
They're pinging right now. They drew the line. Weeha is going to lose the Dragon form, but with 2 heroes down, no Rock, even if the Warlock is alive, Toby.
This is a hard defense. Darkseer, maybe Universe just creates a wall to try and fight back against Pain Gaming. The bottom lane still pushing in. It will attack into the racks. Not to mention Storm Spirit's ready to fight. That's a double damage once again bottled up for the Storm Spirit. So the tier 3 tower falls. Pain, they do not find a gank. Dragon Knight was there in the Shadow Blade, but they will retreat.
Yeah, they should just reset things. Their bottom lane, they've got to deal with that first.
Yep.
Everyone TPing out right now. Fnatic.
There's some slow TPs when they all go to the same lane.
And once again, we just reset the game. Pain finding those pickoffs. Envy getting way too overzealous there. He was so far in front of the rest of his team. Thought he was just gonna maybe force the BKB out on the Luna. HFN, he stood his ground, pops that old Weeha over the top with his own stun. Completely locks him down, unable to move. They had to use the Rock for that. They know that it's still on cooldown. Weeha, he's got the Dragon form up and that freshly picked up BKB, newly minted.
Yep.
Try to get to Tavo here. He's spotted by the Wolf, Envy.
Oh, Tavo, there's your Blink Burrow Strike. DJ has him, and then a quick jump away. Swashbuckle, he wants a Rolling Thunder out. Here comes your Rise Bars as well. Holds Envy in position so he gets hit by it while the backlines. Pilot Eye gets picked off by King RD and HFN, and they'll find Universe too. Universe will make a couple of problems. There's a lot of problems, actually. It's all of Pain Gaming fighting from inside that Darkseer wall. DJ can blink and get back to Roshan. So a quick disengage as Pain go for a tour.
They're gonna go for the Shrine instead. They still want something out of this. 2 heroes dead on Fnatic.
Yeah, let's not make too many copies.
The Luna illusion is so strong.
Yep. Same
with the Dragon Knight one. That almost just killed King RD.
This is why I keep looking towards Darkseer. I'm looking for that combination as well. Like, it's not just Darkseer, it's having DJ there for the instant follow Burrow Strike. But like, space needs to be created for that. Pilot Eye got wrapped around on Pain Gaming. That find was almost the perfect pincer.
Yeah, they're just not finding good angles for Pi to really play his hero. Most of the rocks this game have been largely used defensively.
Dust is out. He's going to try and... And I believe we're back. Recap what you missed. Nothing. We get our bearings at least. So Pain Gaming are grouped up on the bottom lane. 5 heroes there. Fnatic are inside their jungle. One lane of Rax is at least exposed from either side. Mid of Fnatic, bottom on the other side. And yeah, it's a push on bottom lane that is not really going to be contested at all. This will be Tier 1 and Tier 2 tower falling down. They're waiting for Roshan. He will respawn in just over 1 minute and 20 seconds.
Yeah, that's why Pain gonna go for a smoke of their own. Look for the fight, root it out. Try to take it into the Roshan, or maybe even transition it into a push. But the mid lane is being contested right now. DJ in
he's just sitting in the vortex reveals him, but a little bit too late. And DJ knows he can just jump away. I love their efficient game, just instantly from Fnatic at the very, very start. Like, okay, they just lost one of their observer wards, but they're covering north, east, and south of the pit.
Yeah, and I'd like to see Fnatic right now grab this Tier 1 tower up at top, last Tier 1 tower in the game that exists. They need to continue to put pressure around the map. DJ gonna sandstorm this, clear out the wave, allow his creeps to just hit that.
Secondary initiating item for Weeha. He's got the Shadow Blade with the BKB, but the Blink Dagger's coming on the Courier too. Envy underneath the Observer Ward. They're waiting the timeout for the person. Lucid Beam with a Blink into perfect control. Pain Gaming, 50 seconds without Eternal Envy.
And they're gonna walk into the Roshan pit, see if it's up.
In
Maybe
16, 15, 14. It may be a little too long. Pain Gaming may just say, let's go down mid lane. That Rax is exposed, 30 seconds. There is still Rock. There is still the combination for Fnatic to defend this. DJ has to come home to make it work, though. Yeah, they're using the Courier to scout Roshan.
He's going to come back into this Weeha. Under the guise of the Sentry Ward, Fnatic are going to back way the hell up.
Yep, they reveal it. This is the biggest problem when you're a team defending against Luna with no tower.
DJ, he's getting hit by the glyphs!
Oh no, the Epicenter's wasted the backline. Gets one pulse into the DK, but here comes your Ice Blast. Universe forced up away from it. A rolling thunder in, sent up and towards the air. Is Tavo being distraction while the Rax is being taken? The Rax is gone. EE is back to the world of living. Is there a Burrow Strike? Is there something to try and grab him with? It is not happening. The melee is already gone. And EE, no! In the back lines! Pain found him, he TP'd out, he thought he could fight, but the Observer Ward saw all! And Eternal Envy get tipped something.
They should tip him all 5 if you have a compendium at this point.
And
that's unbelievable.
Too many tips tilts the boat. Now Pain Gaming, they already have the mid that they can think about doing Roshan. They knew the double damage rune is sitting out the front of the pit too. They grab that and go. And that's exactly what will happen, Luna. You've already got 321 damage coming out this Luna. Give her an extra buff, make it +3, 2, 1. It's one short of a throw.
Right now, HFN has an unbelievable amount of farm.
22,000 net worth to the 14,000 of Fnatic. And he's going to go into a Satanic. He looks like he's immortal.
He pretty much is at this point, and speaking of which...
Yeah, he has the immortal. Thunder rolling through, Ice Blast, it connects. Highlight, he's had a hard enough game as it is, but this is brutal. Tavo's not stopping yet, DJ. They don't have TP scrolls, so Luna's just running straight through the mid. The range Rax, one hit and is gone. And they ping to go towards the top. It's the place where Fnatic will take the longest time to set up.
Envy. So close to that BKB, wants to try to complete it before this fight, but Pain might not just allow him that opportunity. This Aegis Luna is such a problem right now.
They need that blink back wall. They get the back.
He doesn't find anyone.
Follow up. They didn't hit him. They blink further forward. The aggression from Pain Gaming takes off, and the Ice Blast up it. No regeneration with the Rock as well as Fatal Bonds. Problems for Pain Gaming. If Weeha can do, actually if anyone can do the damage, it was Envy just running in. But really, this game's over. They can't defend this. How does Fnatic do anything when they have no cause alive? Paradise dies in the front. Weeha with a triple kill. The back line gets picked, but all they can take is supports. GG, well played. Pain Gaming claim game 1 of the 3rd place matchup.
At just 32 minutes, Pain kept up the pace. They had that one moment at bottom, which was a little bit awkward, but still kept it rolling for the most part. HFN ending this game 9-0 and 10. We've been talking about him as a fantastic carry throughout the entire tournament, he delivers here on the main stage once again.
Yeah, Pain Gaming, this is just a beautiful thing. HFN strong, Weeha's comboing perfectly, Tavo doesn't die, everything looks great for Pain Gaming. I cannot wait to see, though, what Fnatic can do to try and pull this back and give us a third game in our third place match.
Thank you very much, Toby won there, of course, with the commentary. We will, of course, come back to our commentary team for game number 2, but let's get the thoughts of our panel right now. I guess you're quite happy, Alan, because of the Pain Gaming win, but also, I just want to point out, you've been saying all the way through the tournament, every game that you've seen from HFN has been world-class here.
Yeah.
And I know there's the whole argument about who's supposed to get MVP, you're supposed to win the tournament, or like, but he's got to be in with a shout after that.
I think so. I think he should get at least some votes because that guy has gone off in these games. I thought they did a great job putting him in that aggro try line. It was a little surprising to me that they asked the Envy Lycan to play against that Luna aggro try top. Yeah. That was tough, but a very rough game for Envy. You're going to see in a couple of these highlights, he had got way out in front on 2 occasions. Number 1, the fight on the Roche Pit, and then the big engagement into the HFN Luna in the Radiant secondary jungle where it ends up having a Dragon Knight Shadow Bladed on the steps on the high ground.
Yeah, it wasn't error-free this game, was it?
No, I mean, definitely not. Pain made a couple pretty big mistakes. This one was the, kind of chain feed that ended up happening, and they almost, you see that bottom thread happening on the racks, but overall, you look at that net worth, and you're still feeling pretty okay. You see this Luna almost has double the net worth of the Lycan because of that aggro tri-lane. They put their eggs in the HFN basket, and it absolutely worked.
Envy had some wildin' plays there. He had some interesting ideas about Dota.
This one was. I thought he had BKB.
Yeah,
when
he had no BKB.
This, but
so there are 3 fights in a row that happened basically, and Fnatic lose 2 out of 3 of them. And this is at a period of time where I think you're finally ready to team fight as Fnatic because you're going to have Pipe, you're going to have your Necronomicon, maybe not 3, but you'll have some Necronomicon units. Maybe you won't have Crimson Guard yet on the initial one, but you definitely had it on the second and third one. You have all your team fight items to basically negate everything that Luna does. You could soak up all the Eclipse damage. You're able to negate a lot of the physical damage because the Crimson Guard is so strong. And then, like, you got such a good team fight between the Warlock and Sand King, like, you should come out on top. But when you win, you lose 2 out of 3 of those engagements, like, you just lost so much control of the game. And HFN utilized all of that. He didn't die once, and then he just goes on, and every single time they lose a fight, HFN gets a lot of ground to farm.
the big thing for me that Pain did in this one was the map pressure they did, right? They look at the game and they're like, Lycan's the one that needs to have a good game for Fnatic to have presence on the map in order to pressure those towers, get those objectives. Sure, bottom lane was different because Darkseer Sand King just forced it all the way really early, but they focused so much on Envy that they can't get any buildings, so their map control was completely dwindled, and this Luna's just farming everything.
Yeah, still, when you have a big team fight lineup like that, I mean, I think that Roche fight started with like a 4-man Fatal Bonds.
On the Roche.
On the Roche, yeah.
The Roche,
you can't have those kind of
straight into the Roshan pit, straight up dies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we said before, we love the way he plays. We love the fact that he's borderline dumb, borderline genius. It doesn't take much to go between the two lines, and we've saw both versions of him in this game.
Yeah, I actually think this Dragon Knight last pick was exactly what they needed, because we saw in that instance is that hard lockdown. Lycan runs in, hits a wall. Storm in a couple of those situations, respawns from Aegis, hits the wall again. So definitely like that last
Yeah,
pick.
the combination, right, of the lockdown and you're a hero that can't be targeted. Neither Lycan nor Storm wants to go for you.
And early game, it's just like the chip damage, right? It's like that level 6 Dragon Knight, they had to deny that mid tower so early, top tower as well. Just those little things start really adding up.
And in return, they were putting everything on the Universe basket, which, okay, normally that's not a bad idea. Universe is a great hero to put a lot of your hopes in, but it's a Darkseer, and so what they were basically trading away was Darkseer being able to get Helma Dominator and shove out that tier 1 offlane, hoping that he was going to be able to somehow transition into, I guess, all the team fight items that he got, but then they lose those team fights, and so then you just gave away everything.
All right, we're going to get more from all 3 of our panel members very shortly, but we're headed off to pay the bills. When we come back, we'll see if Fnatic can answer some of those very big questions that Pain have posed them in game number 1. The age of the Darkseer being unbeaten for Fnatic is over. Pain lead 1-0 here in the 3rd place playoff.
Give this up for free though.
Well, Rock is going to drop. Roshan, he's still pretty low, down at 1,300. Universe is looking for that opening, but then the Rolling Thunder through. Tavo keeping the backline in play, and the Control Blast is huge. Envy will pop, but here comes DJ in with the epicenter. Universe as well is in the perfect spot. But the Eclipse for HFN under the protection of the BKB's too good, but Abed then stolen Aegis. He'll revive him, but only into instant death. Universe wants to kill into the Duster, but he will not find it. A triple kill for the Luna. Tavo cleans up Highlight Eye in the back lines, and they want the last one. They want DJ able to blink away just in time.
I want to get in there.
Wow, I'm actually dead.
You dead?
Yeah, I'm dead.
Never, dude!
Dude, look at that macro pyre, dude. Oh my god.
Game, record, and stream without compromise on Intel Core i7.
Life is all about following a few simple rules. Dress proper. Get a real job. Start a family. Be humble. Time to grow up.
Everything.
The Hurricane Pike Rupture! Absolute destruction coming out from Liquid. Solo, beautiful feed script on Tamugi. Rampage for no one. GG is called.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
ESL One Birmingham is brought to you in part by Intel, Mercedes-Benz, Vodafone, Alienware, DHL, and Pay Safeguard.
Welcome back, everyone, to ESL One Birmingham, the UK's first ever Dota 2 major. Our final day has begun with Pain Gaming taking the lead in the third place playoff in a 32-minute game, their third fastest win of the tournament. Can they convert it, though, into a 2-0 win? That's the question that our panel will answer very shortly. But first, let's catch up with Sir Action Slacks, who's backstage right now with a member of the Pain family.
That's right, Red Eye. We've got Pain Gaming's very own manager. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, thanks.
All right. I also hear you're Pain Gaming's life coach as well, right?
I mean, it's what they say, but I'm not one to say it, so.
Can you give me any life coach lessons? What's one thing I could do to improve my life?
I actually have none. I'm so sorry.
That's very bad news for me. Okay, great. Well, anyway, sir, a fantastic first game. You guys went out there, a lot of aggression. How are the boys feeling?
I mean, they're feeling great, and they're happy, they're confident, and I guess you guys just saw it in the first game. I hope we have a second game with the same pace, actually.
Oh, absolutely. So we're going to see them, you know, not getting in that first or second in this tournament, but a lot more coming out from Pain. What's next on the menu for you guys? What are you focusing on now?
I think this year has been a year of great improvement for us. We're coming in from SA Dota, and we're showing that like it's possible for everybody. You just got to stick to your guts, stick to your dreams, and work hard, man. That's what we've been doing. And I guess it's working out because every tournament we play, I feel like we get better. Yep. So, I mean, just keep doing it.
The crowd can certainly see that. I mean, Pain's performance is just on the up and up. We got a lot of fans out there in the audience right now. A lot of guys want to do some chanting, want to do some cheering. Any suggestions what those guys should be yelling out?
I mean, just yell your hearts out. There's nothing specific. Just cheer on, guys.
All right, sounds good. I'm always keen for a good Duster.
Duster is definitely like the best. Just yell out Duster. Duster's good.
All right, well, we're going to have some Duster fans out there and a lot more Pain Gaming action coming your way. Red Eye, what'd you think, buddy?
Yeah, no, I agree. Plenty of chance. Jake, I just want to say, I can offer you a life tip.
Oh, yeah.
Never change, buddy.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Red Eye.
He's great. I love him. Fantastic. Sir Action Slacks, of course. He's like a spy. He just gets everywhere. I don't know how he gets into some of the places that he does. The three men on the panel are all ready and willing to bring in their thoughts as we look ahead to game number 2, though. We're back with Nahaz, with Fogged, and with Cap. Gents, can Pain do this now? Can they convert this one? Because we said at the start of that game, they might have more hunger for this.
Oh, and it's
and one up, does that just make him even more hungry and maybe Fnatic a list, you know, like, third place?
It's tough. It's a big letdown that you had emotionally yesterday against by Fnatic. I think much more so than Pain. I think everybody expected VP to do very well at this event. But you mentioned some HFN stats. I want to hear that chant because in almost 1,400 Luna games that we have on record since TI5, it's only the 16th time that she's hit 20K net worth by 28 minutes. He was 7K ahead of the Universe Darkseer at that point. Absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, and you bring him up, and I think this is what I'm looking at from this team, is just make him the superstar.
Yeah.
Just pick these, you know, Weehawk can play these Dragon Knights, these Death Prophets, and just let HFN play his Slark, let him play his Luna, let him just go absolute farm mode.
You on board with the HFN train, Cap?
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, I think HFN has definitely shown himself to be one of the most talented carries at this tournament, and he's long been the bright spot for Pain. If you go back, it was always like, it felt like Pain Gaming were kind of running around and HFN. Like, for better or worse, HFN was kind of always farming during those times, right? Where it felt like he just had to, like, carry. He just knew from the get-go. It's like 10 minutes in, the game's not looking so hot. He's like, all right, guys, I'm going to go full farm mode here, see if I can pull this one out. And I guess all of that, maybe it's just like, you know, higher elevation. It's just a better training for him back then, just because he has now become one of the best.
The impact of Weehawk as well, Alan?
I mean, I think he has been a great stabilizer in that game and throughout this tournament. I think it's funny because he had that interview where he said it's like they're playing the game and other 4 teammates are speaking Portuguese and I'm just playing a pub. Sure didn't look like it in that game. He made some great team plays.
Indeed it does. Right, we are into game number 2's draft with no surprises so far in the first 2 bans. And there are plenty of
Get rid of the Luna.
Fans in the crowd.
Yeah, this is good. This is a good approach by Fnatic. I like this.
All right, the Luna's gone. No Luna this time round.
Focus on HF.
Yeah, and these are the same bans that Pain have been pulling out a lot throughout this tournament. Obviously, we've seen the Wisp ban continually by them. The Night Stalker is another one that they ban a lot as well.
It looks like they're trying to take advantage of the lanes. I think they're probably going to just ban the Undying again and just look to leave the option open for them to put themselves in those aggro tri-lanes or, you know, unorthodox things that we don't really see too often to make sure that Tavo can have a game as well. Because sure, like that last game, he may not have farmed the greatest in that bottom lane, but he got his levels, and that's all he really needed on a Pango in that game.
Yeah, the Doom is the other one that the Pain don't seem to like playing against, Alan. They have picked it once themselves here, but other than that, they've pretty much banned it first phase.
And I think it got to the second phase before it was banned. The Clockwork is that's another hero that both teams rely on very heavily at the 4 position.
So Bane or Undying will go through, right?
Yeah, so they take Undying. Bane goes through, and Fnatic pick.
There you go.
Yeah.
And focus on the laning phase.
And because they're their first pick, they can actually go for something like the Doom if they wanted to, because Clockwork's ban and Ancient Apparition, whether it's picked or not, will be revealed in the first 1-2.
I kind of want to see a YOLO bounty pick.
Do they Naga Jakiro? They've got that open too.
Okay, yeah.
It's very good versus Bane. You have 2 very long distance ways to cancel the Fiend's Grip in a lot of those situations. You're strong lanes, and that's their comfort. It's going to be Naga Disruptor or Naga Jakiro more than likely, because that's just it's very comfort for these guys. But the Sanking is also left out there, so I'm wondering if maybe they change it, but they didn't.
I was thinking, the other combo would be Sanking Disruptor.
Sanking Disruptor was the other combo.
1-2 punch, either way.
Let's see which one they go for, though. It's Disruptor, Jakiro more than likely, unless they want to do something a bit out of the box from their style that they usually do.
Yeah, and I think Pain, you know, a lot of the other Naga lineups that we've seen from other teams have felt very, very passive before this event, but Pain with their Naga lineups at this tournament feel like they still play that faster pace.
Yeah, they don't use it so much as like the combo every single time, let's say, but when they do this, you pretty much have to ban Enigma now in the 4th pick, because you have to, you know, the threat of Tavo with the Naga is too much. So they go for the Disruptor. I think I do like the Disruptor a little bit better. Gives you the same aspect of being able to cancel Bane Fiends from far duration, and I mean, Disruptor sometimes just, if you're on a roll, this hero just really makes you completely snowball out of control.
The thing I really like about Disruptor lately is that I've seen a lot of teams hiding it in aggro dueling. They'll pick a very, very strong run-at-you off-laner, and they'll play the Disruptor behind him as a range hero in that lane, rather than trying to ask him to defend a safe laner.
I've seen like the triple clarity kind of thing coming out. Where
exactly.
So Fnatic pick out an early Lash.
That's they've not been playing much Lash, right?
No.
I don't think I saw them pick it at all this tournament, and they did not. I don't think it was banned at all by them. They banned it a couple times actually versus some of the teams.
Yeah, so since, if you go all the way back to 7-1-0, they have run it 7 times in 3 different positions. Abed, Pi, and DJ have all played it.
Okay. So I think this is just solidifying lanes, right? I think that's what that tells me, that they picked these 2 off the bat for Fnatic.
And Pain had a lot of options here as well. Very good. They have a lot of options here. They've opened with these 2 fogged a number of times. Yeah. The Naga and Disruptor, they can go Beastmaster from here. They can go Slark from here. They've shown a lot of different ways of going through.
I think that was a big part of the Leshrac pick.
Yeah,
is that you've taken, you've taken out the Gyrocopter and the Luna.
Yeah.
You better have an answer to the Slark if Pain pick it.
I wonder if they're going to ban the that Enigma. That's the one curious thing to me, because I think the Enigma could still hold